Hello, everyone. It's about that time of year when us crafty people start planning out holiday gifts. And I just want to let you know, if you are of the mindset that if someone makes you a gift, that it's somehow easier, quicker, cheaper than shopping and getting something else, that is absolutely not true. Prices vary. We stock up on sales like year round, but anyway, so I'm just going to let you know a few of my projects that I'm working on. First of all, say hi to Lucas. Oh, Lord, he's a-coming. Minnie, oh, Lord, he's a-coming. A couple of possums. Sammy's back there. This possum was so well loved by Al that he kicked one of his eyes off. So, anyway. Oh, and this guy. Here's my goat. He's a fainting goat. Okay. So I'm currently working on 4 projects. One of them I don't have in here, but it's a 10-stitch blanket, which is pretty much what it sounds like. You make a square, it's 10 stitches by 10 stitches, and then it just radiates outward in like a spiral of rectangles. Last one I made, Elle is currently sleeping on over there, and that's the wrong side of it where all the joining stitches stand out. On the other side, they're much flatter. See, second of all, there's a car alarm outside. There's a beach shawl or wrap that I'm working on for my cousin, which is all cotton, so it's pretty durable for the beach, which actually makes it a little cheaper. It's going to take me forever because I keep getting like 10 rows into a stitch and being like, I don't like that stitch anymore. So I keep, I'm doing swatches of different stitches and stuff to find one that I like that works with it. That's, I don't know, that's nice enough. And I'm not so worried with her about when I give it to her because she's always off on a beach somewhere. It really doesn't matter what time of year I give it to her. So let's move on to number 3. This is the cursed yarn, which I call for several reasons. This is Big Twists yarn from Joann, which it looks really dark here, but it's this really wonderful, like bright fuchsia color. A little more raspberry, so it's not like hot pink, but it's definitely not this dark. But anyway, this time, all it did was break my little doohickey that goes in there that I have to glue back together. In the past, whenever I started working with something on this yarn at home, I would end up back in the hospital after like a few days of touching the stuff. And then when I had some in the hospital with me, I kept trying to detangle it, and it was just so aggravating. Yeah, so I threw that whole part out and started over. So yeah, it's a big twist for good reason. Lots of tangles. And with the scarf, there's a right side and a wrong side usually, unless you don't have one that's truly reversible, which I don't. This is the wrong side of the scarf, which is still quite cute, right? And this is the right side, which I do prefer a little more this pattern, but I love them both. They're great. Hopefully I can get this to be as tall as my mom before it gets cold out, because general measurement I work on with scarves is that it should be the same height as the person you're giving it to, because then when they hang it around their neck, it goes like right to their knees. They got room to loop it around a few different ways. Obviously I don't make them that long if they're really bulky and warm, but this one is like a cross between warm and fashion, I think. Just my opinion. And the last one I'm currently working on, which is my number 1 top brush job, is for my little niece Ruthie, because her oldest brother and sister, Raina and Logan, were pretty much mostly grown by the time I started doing this stuff. So they kind of missed out on that. No Aunt Kelly originals for them yet. But actually, it's not true. I did make Raina a scarf when I was first learning, but I don't think it was very good, and I think she was just being polite. So anyway, the 2 little boys both got Aunt Kelly originals when they were born. And they, one was like, both of them are really like more like a stroller blanket kind of size. And this one that I'm working on for Ruth is, I found this color, a rainbow of colors, that I absolutely love. And again, it's a little brighter than it looks here, but it's not like neon or anything. And that is these lovely Karen Chunky Cakes, which is like a chunky 5 or kind of skinny 6. And I'm going to make that to fit like a grown-up twin bed, like full-length twin bed. That way she can grow into it, and I don't know, hopefully she likes it enough to keep it around that long. But I'm terrible at figuring out the math of how much to buy of whatever. And I'm really glad that I had a new customer at Michael's, 50% off my whole order. Because otherwise, yeah, I bought like 12 of these, and they're like, no, 10 of them, and they're like $13 a piece. So at full price. So that is not a cheap thing by any means. And that's not even factoring in how many hours are going to go into this, which, trust me, it's a lot. And I'm not trying to show off and be like, hey, look at my stuff, I'm awesome. I just want to, I'm curious, like other crafting people, whatever your craft is, do you usually make people gifts for the holidays? Or is it too stressful to like do that and then have like a set date when a whole bunch of stuff's due like all at once? Like I say do, like it's not due, it's a gift. But yeah, I'm just curious as to what anybody else, oh, peanuts up there, by the way. If anyone else does anything spectacular. I think I'm probably also going to whip up a quick pair of slippers or two. Not sure who those are going to be for yet. I would say I'd make Steve a pair of like man slippers for around the house, but he goes and smokes in the garage, so he's not going to want them for that, I don't think. But anyway, I'm thirsty, so I'm going to go get a drink now. But show me your crafts. What are you doing?